AITA for cutting my elderly parents off financially after they kicked out my gay brother? Throwaway because a lot of my friends use Reddit. I'm a 24-year-old software engineer originally from an Arab Muslim country. I moved to the United States with my parents when I was 5 years old, and my younger brother was born here. He is now 16. A year ago, my brother came out to me as gay. It wasn't a surprise to me. I've always been very close to my brother. We grew up in a majority white town and my brother was picked on frequently as a kid for being Arab. And on top of that, he's always been very shy and quiet. So I was the number one person my brother confided in while growing up. I've known he was gay for years, but I let him tell me when he felt comfortable. When he told me, I was obviously completely supportive. I told him I would always love him and support him, and I couldn't wait to see my brother-in-law someday. Jokingly, my brother cried and hugged me. Our parents, however, are very, very homophobic. I know you guys in America have experience with homophobia too, but trust me when I say you have no idea the extent of it in fundamentalist Muslim countries. My parents are in their 70s and are both retired. They spent most of their careers back in their home countries and never built any savings in America due to financial strains. We live in their house, but I'm the primary breadwinner and I make good money as a software engineer. My job isn't one that requires me to be physically at work, so I have fortunately avoided any negative financial effects from the pandemic. Yesterday, my brother decided to come out to our parents. Obviously, this wasn't an impulse decision but something he spent a lot of time deliberating over. Our parents did not react well. They refused to have anything to do with him anymore and disowned him. Not only that, they kicked him out of their house. He's been staying with one of his friends. My parents refused to change their minds no matter what, and knowing the traditions of the people around us where we came from, I do not think they ever will. In response, I told my parents I will no longer be financially supporting them. I've contacted some apartment companies and have decided to move out with my brother. I make good money so I can afford a 2-bedroom apartment for us, no problem. I did not think this would be a controversial move, but our relatives, even those in America, have been blowing up my phone telling me I am an asshole for cutting off my elderly parents during a pandemic. My response is they kicked my brother out during a pandemic. I'm not leaving him on the streets no matter what, but even more so during a pandemic. So Reddit, am I the asshole? TL. Dr. Elderly Muslim parents have kicked out my gay brother. In response, I cut them off financially. NTA. And if anyone complains, tell them you are following your parents' example. You are cutting off the people you disagree with, since they set such a wonderful example. NTA. If they can kick your 16-year-old brother out during a pandemic, you can get out of there too. It's not like you're kicking them out of their home. You're just leaving. They couldn't expect you to live with them and support them forever. Especially if they're going to pick and choose when their own children deserve their love. NTA. Sorry, your parents are assholes. Way to stick up for your little underage brother. Definitely 100% NTA for cutting your parents off. NTA. Why should you be expected to love and provide for them unconditionally when they have made it very clear that they aren't willing to do the same for their children? They decided family does not mean enough for them to even try and work something out. Don't come crying when your children respond in kind. If you weren't straight, they would have reacted the exact same way, and I bet nobody, except super homophobic people, would expect you to care for them then. NTA. Your brother is a lucky man to have such a sibling. NTA. They had to know you'd react like this. I've spent some time in Muslim countries, so I know how deep homophobia can be. But you guys have been here in the US for some time now. They can't have assumed you would cut him off. Even if they couldn't support him being gay, they shouldn't have made him homeless in a pandemic. Let some of those angry relatives support them now. NTA. They kicked him out for something he can't control, and even if they're strong in their beliefs, he's still their son. They had a choice to accept him or kick him out. That I disagree with. Love your kids. And you had a choice to cut them off. I agree with your decision, and I hope this is a chance for them to open their eyes and accept your brother as he is. A likely, kind and wonderful person who should be accepted for who he is. Also, would you mind telling your brother that an internet stranger is very proud of him for coming out? Please? It's a very difficult thing he did, and he should be proud of himself. NTA. Please tell your brother he isn't alone. He has the opportunity to build his own supportive family. He now has me as a sister in California, and I know my lesbian mom would welcome him with open arms. If he needs a mom to talk to, you are doing a great thing up. Rainbow growing heart, yellow heart, green heart, blue heart, purple heart. NTA. In fact, you are the opposite of Ta. You are a good sibling and human being for standing up for your brother and not letting something as silly as tradition overrule what is right. Hey man, as a Muslim queer kid who has been too afraid to come out for 10 years because I don't want to be disowned, this hit me hard. NTA at all. I can't thank you enough for breaking down the homophobic stereotypes and letting your brother know it is okay to be your true authentic self. And there are people in our community that aren't so set on our hateful parents' ways. NTA. Your brother is lucky to have you. NTA at all. Your parents can't expect to dish out cruelty without it being handed back to them. I would be appalled if you didn't cut them off financially. If they refused to care for your brother, then screw them. NTA. They kicked out a child to the streets. They got what was coming to them. I'd cut off your whole family from your life cause they obviously don't care for y'all. NTA. You parents tried to leverage their position as the primary caregivers to force your brother to live according to their ideals. Now they're mad that you're doing the same thing to them. Oh, how the turntables. NTA. You're a good brother. Your relatives who are calling you are welcome to contribute to support your parents since they care so much. Absolutely NTA. I understand cultural differences, but that is their child whom they have just displaced in the middle of a pandemic. They're adults. They'll figure something out. NTA. Your brother is lucky to have you. NTA. Don't treat your children like shit and then expect to live off of them. Yikes, this is a tough situation. But you are right, it is equally bad to leave your brother on the streets during a pandemic. And what your parents did was wrong. NTA. NTA. As many have said before, you're a good big brother. If they want to be hateful and disgusting, fine. They can deal with the consequences. If you're paying all the bills, they shouldn't have any power to kick him out in the first place.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.